Thursday, November the 17th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today evening update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that police in Barbados have launched an investigation into another sex videotape that's been making the rounds on social media and involving two secondary school children. The 1 minute and 50-second videotape shows a boy and a girl in school uniform engaging in sexual intercourse in a small unidentified room with blue walls and a number of blue chairs. When contacted this afternoon, Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police with temporary responsibility for crime management, Erwin Boyce, told Barbados Today they have seen the video and are investigating. Acting ACP Boyce made it clear that the Royal Barbados Police Force was not taking this latest posting lightly. Late last month, police arrested and charged 17-year-old Kwame Yearwood of Grove Tenantry, St. George, with serious indecency after he became the subject of a social media posting showing a male engaging in inappropriate sexual conduct with a minor. Yearwood was released on $5,000 bail when he appeared in court and has to reappear on January the 23rd next year. The National Union of Public Workers has warned Prime Minister Francis Stewart that any decision to limit the union's abilities to take industrial action in the future would result in very severe backlash. Acting General Secretary of the NUPW, Delcia Burke, made the strong stance known this afternoon while responding to yesterday's statement by Stewart that government may have to examine alternatives to the current voluntary approach to industrial relations that can guarantee what he called a more stable industrial relations environment.
I would like to think that that was said in the heat of the moment. I think that the Prime Minister understands that the workers are the persons who would be responsible for him and his cabinet being there. And to my mind, I think that that would be a very dangerous thing to do. And I think that the backlash would be extremely severe.
Stewart was at the time expressing concern about what he said was the union's subtle attempt at blackmailing the government by instituting a go-slow at the ports of entry while negotiations were ongoing with the Public Service Commission over union demands for the reinstatement of Akanni McDowall to an acting senior post within the Ministry of Health. Meanwhile, Burke said the go-slow is still continuing, noting that it has had a negative impact on operations of the ports of entry and the Environmental Health Department. At the same time, an official source told Barbados Today this afternoon that the Public Service Commission made it clear in a letter dated November the 14th it will not be reinstating McDowall. The source said the union intends to respond shortly. Burke meanwhile emphasized that even though the union was mindful of the concerns expressed by the business sector regarding the possible economic fallout from the industrial action, the union has to do what it has to do.
Yeah, the NUPW would have engaged in talks with the Chief Personnel Officer. We were not satisfied with the response of the talks, and we were not satisfied with the response since the talks. We have not had another opportunity to sit down and meet, and it appears to us as though the position with the government is this is what we have done and we are not going to change it. The matter is a very simple matter, which we know can be resolved in a very simple way if we can only get the powers that be to sit down with us and to discuss the matter. The NUPW and no trade union wants to become engaged in industrial relations issues, to take industrial action, because it takes a lot out of you. You have to put everything else aside to deal with any industrial relation, any industrial action that you might want to take. So I would think that while the Prime Minister is saying that we are going about things the wrong way, we believe that they also went about what they did in the wrong way. And to my mind, instead of getting out there and saying things that would inflame the workers, I believe that the onus is on them to agree to meet with us and sit down and discuss the matter and have it resolved in an amicable way.
The Fair Trading Commission has reacted to the proposed plan by some leading supermarkets and retail stores to charge consumers 20 cents per plastic bag from May 1st next year. The initiative, which is being spearheaded by ice cream manufacturer Bico Limited and the Future Center Trust, is aimed at reducing the use of plastic bags, which Public Relations Officer of the Trust, Cami Holder, says are a nuisance to society. But while the Consumer Protection Officer with FTC, Julia Regis, said the Commission does not regulate prices, she noted that once consumers are notified of the price change, it would then be up to them to decide. Responding to queries as to whether the 20 cents is charged before or after VAT, Mrs. Regis said it would have to be made clear to consumers what was being done. She also said the FTC cannot dictate to supermarkets or retailers if they should or should not place groceries in bags as part of the purchase.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25. $2.20 who? For what? That's bare stale news. I don't read about that on Barbados today since last night. That can't only care do. $2.20 who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
But Maisie, this Christmas will be the best Belgian Christmas for we. Maisie, it is all because Republic Bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie, fix up the kitchen and a new TV we getting. A special time to commemorate. Republic will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Bajan Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Bajan spruce-up, buy some new furniture and appliances, or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Bajan style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Read all about it, read all about it. Get your paper. Only $2.25. Miss, get your paper. You again with that stale news from yesterday. I got the Barbados Today app on my phone and I just get my news for free. What do she?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. Trinidad and Tobago's acting police commissioner Stephen Williams says the reputation of the police force has been tarnished by recent incidents in which cops have been accused of committing crimes. At the weekly police press briefing, Williams promised to root out the rogue officers and called on the public to keep the faith in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Williams also sought to assure the public that all allegations made against police officers are treated seriously and those accused are not given favorable treatment. And on the international scene, President Barack Obama is warning of an impending shift in global order, one he advised could lead to a meaner, harsher, and more troubled world if not stopped. He also issued a warning to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump in his dealings with Russia, cautioning that on issues like Ukraine and Syria, Moscow must be confronted head-on.
On issues like Ukraine, on issues like Syria, we've had very significant differences. And my hope is that the President-elect coming in takes a similarly constructive approach, finding areas where we can cooperate with Russia, where our values and interests align, but that the President-elect also is willing to stand up to Russia where they are deviating from our values and international norms. I don't expect that the President-elect will follow exactly our blueprint or our approach, but my hope is that he does not simply take a realpolitik approach and suggest that, if we just cut some deals with Russia, even if it hurts people or even if it violates international norms or even if it leaves smaller countries vulnerable or creates long-term problems in regions like Syria, that we just do whatever is convenient at the time.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.